Welcome to Crypto Flywheel, the podcast where we spin up strategies to turn your digital efforts into unstoppable. And now, let's get the flywheel turning. Professor Rex, how you doing?
Good afternoon and Happy New Year, Mr. Digital X. How's everything going?
Yeah, Happy New Year. Everything's going well. Couldn't wait to get started back in the new year. I have some topics that wanted to go over. I wanted to go over the silver run. It's gone crazy. I mean, the paper price versus the physical price. And the COMEX is still valuing it around 71, 72.50. Now the physical price that the bullion companies are charging is anywhere from $90 to $130 per 1 ounce of silver bars. So that's crazy. I also wanted to go over why I'm continuing to talk about silver. The silver and gold are basically commodities that have been priced in based on the amount of money that's been printed and that's out in the market right now. So I wanted to give you an example. Just a correlation, basically. Did you know, like, if you take a bar, let's say a 1 ounce bar of gold and put it into a little flask and put hydrochloric acid, you pour hydrochloric acid covering the gold, and you start boiling it, and then you drop a little bit amount of nitric acid into it. You know what color the gold would be?
Silver?
No. Color that the gold turns into is an orange color that depicts the color of the Bitcoin logo. Do you know that? It's an exact match of the Bitcoin.
What's
Bitcoin
the relevance
logo color.
Digital X?
The relevance is now if you place silver into a flask and put hydrochloric acid and do the same repetitive action that you did for gold, you put hydrochloric acid and you put nitric acid in it. Do you know what color that silver turns into?
Let me guess. Baby blue.
No, the color that the silver turns into is a Ripple logo color. Exactly.
Isn't that bad?
It's not baby blue, it's blue.
Oh, okay. The Ripple color. That's what I was getting at, actually.
Yeah, Ripple color. So the reason why I'm bringing up gold and silver in our topics from the past 3-4 episodes is because everything's hidden in plain sight. It's for us to figure out what's really happening. And podcasts like Crypto Flywheel, we're trying to educate our audience into what's really transpiring with this new monetary system that's about to be unleashed.
I agree. Thing is that underlying reading between the lines, this is not something that is mainstream. Mainstream media, different channels will not bring this to you until it has, even the crypto-based platforms that provide news releases, they're not going to give this information to you. We have to go beyond the smoke. There are a lot of smoke screens right now that are in this asset class, the new asset class, right? Unprecedented gains that are there to be had if you know where to look or if you can look through this smoke. So that's what the Crypto Flywheel is. It's not an education per se. It's more of just an information conversation that Digital X and myself are having for our listeners to just listen and be like, what are these two guys talking about, right? So, and when they do talk about maybe that conversation that we're having, Digital X, our listeners may go and research, So, the popular term in, the hashtag in cryptocurrencies is DYOR, do your own research, right? So do your own research and set yourselves up for to get some of that gains that's going to happen in 2026.
Or, even if you don't want to do any research and you find things interesting, feel free to reach out to us, and we're always here to educate and guide you in any type of information that you're seeking.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole point of this podcast is just to have a conversation, just Digital X and myself like talking about digital assets. This is a passion more than information education only. We talk about it all the time. We just thought, why not bring it to the radio waves or the podcast waves, if you will, and then just talk about it and see who's interested. And hopefully we'll get that engagement. It's the intent.
Yes, it definitely is. Also, I wanted to go over some stuff alongside that. I actually wanted to read something to you.
What's it regarding? But what's it regarding, Digital X?
It's regarding silver.
Okay.
I found it pretty interesting. It's actually from X thread that I read from a creator called Echo X. So he's referring to the bank and how the banks are shorting silver. And so I just wanted to read what he wrote. So he wrote, Jamie Dimon knew banks were on the wrong side of precious metals and that the paper system was not built for what's coming. Basel III, which is the end game, is a final phase of post-2000 banking reform. So what Basel III does is it tightens how banks calculate risk, how much capital they must hold, what qualifies as a high-quality capital. Physical gold is now tier 1, but only if it's real. So paper gold is not what you want to hold. Allocated, delivered specific bars in a vault, no counterparty risk. So holding the physical asset is beneficial to any investors versus paper. Why this matters beyond gold. Precious and base metals all run through the same bullion banks, derivative infrastructure, and rehypothecation models. When physical delivery demand rises in one metal, stress spreads to all of them. Silver is the weakest link. Extremely thin physical market, heavily shorted via derivatives, historically suppressed, high paper to physical ratio. So there's more paper that's held in the derivatives market, shorting the particular asset silver. COMEX and LBMA are built on paper. Unallocated metals trade 100x larger than physical supply. They are not designed for sustained delivery demand. What stress look like now? Backwardation, delivery delays, premium spikes on physical bars, contract roll failures. There's a real risk for delivery stress in silver this month and into March. Basel III's endgame doesn't end manipulation overnight. It removes the leverage that made it possible. So paper only works when confidence does. That confidence is being tested now, and I believe that confidence will be broken. So we're going to see a new shift in the market when silver runs even harder.
Okay. So, Digital X, do you have any idea what NSFR assets are?
NSFR assets? No, I don't. Can you?
No, I'm asking because it's based on NSFR assets is commonly seen on the X threads regarding the silver squeeze. If you hashtag the silver squeeze, so
NSFR assets, it basically stands for net stable funding ratio under Basel III.
Yeah, we talked about the ratio before. I think you mentioned it in a previous episode about it's currently silver isn't in that typical ratio that it needs to be compared to the gold, right?
Yeah,
gold is over 4,500.
Gold is tier 1 and silver is tier 3, I believe. So they're going to have to put silver in tier 1 classification.
Have you seen the post, Digital X, about the Asian guy? This is the real, what you just mentioned. There's a content creator on X called the Asian guy. He basically talked about the Basel III endgame in paper silver manipulation and how it's over right now. So so have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen his content, but I haven't seen the latest one yet.
Yeah, well, basically he talks about that Basel III did not make precious metals 0% NSFR assets. He also said that gold remains 85% of RSF commodity and the rules penalize paper gold, not elevate physical gold to cash. So, I mean, what that all means, can you expound a little bit on that, or should we wait until our next episode or something?
Yeah, let me look to see what he was referring to, and we could get back to our audience on that.
Yeah, I think that's best because I don't want to give out any information that we haven't fully, researched. And our audience, I just wanted to put it out there just so that, even they can do their own research on this. And then, and see, the whole idea here is to be aware, right? Be aware of silver, be aware of gold and the physical silver and gold, not so much the paper. Paper valuations are manipulated. COMEX is mostly following the paper silver and gold, correct?
Yes. COMEX is following the paper, and they want you to buy paper because they can manipulate it, right? But the real value is in the physical product. So you can't buy the physical product for what they're listing on the COMEX. So so there's a big
that should be if you get anything out of today's episode, we should always have the physical asset as opposed to the paper assets. Now that's like a good segue into the digital assets, right? Digital assets.
That actually transcends into the digital asset as well. Buying the real asset through an exchange is more effective than buying an ETF. So this is why it's very important to understand how the cryptocurrency markets work and how interact with it, and how to be able to understand moving your assets into your self-custody is very important, because the same thing that's happening in the silver and gold markets, it will happen in the ETF aspect as well.
Yeah. Also, Digital X, I want to just throw this out there for our listeners. We're in a subsequent episode. We're going to talk about Basel, what Basel is and how it relates to the financial sector as a whole. Everything comes out of Basel, right? Basel III is the current governance model that they're using.
Yes, that's a standard that they want the banks to implement. So yeah, so we'll talk more about Basel maybe on tomorrow's episode.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think that's a good idea because that'll give a little bit more fundamental insight into those physical commodities and how it relates to digital commodities and what's happening within governance entities like Basel III. And then we're talking about what's happening in the ISO 20022 standards, the BIS, Bank of International Settlements, how that relates to this whole asset space, and the International Monetary Fund and what their role is in this space. So we can get into all of that tomorrow. And so what else do you have to add?
Well, today's market, crypto market, looking really good today. We're over $3.16 trillion dollars in the total markets. Bitcoin's over 90,000, Ethereum's over 3,132. Our fees up over $2. So
did you also notice, Digital X, that the meme market has taken off? So I mean, there's been a lot of gains on Bonk and even Pudgy Penguins and all these other Pepe. All of these meme tokens are also taking off, which signals a little bit of the sentiment change, don't you think? Being that it's the new year.
Well, that signals there's actually money being thrown into the market now. Right.
We talked about that in quantitative easing, right? So So I think there's something that's going on behind the scenes. And just as saying, as our listeners need to grasp what's happening. Stay abreast of what's happening in the market if you intend to get yourself involved in the digital asset space, right? Everything is correlated. So follow our channel. We'll try to, put some insight into it and possibly position our listeners, at least based off of our conversation and our interest in what we talk about, so we can share that with our listeners.
Yo, yeah, definitely. Did you notice the other day at Mar-a-Lago, President Trump walked in with a tuxedo, and then Melania came in with an all-silver dress?
No, that's interesting. What do you think that represented?
Well, they're saying like it's a Lone Ranger TV show from 1933 featured masked cowboy riding a horse named Silver. His famous line was "Hi-ho, Silver." So it's kind of funny how they're resembling silver while silver's taken off, and it's going to continue taking off, and how they're like putting it in your face.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been seeing all of it.
Yeah, you're seeing everything, right? So it's up to you to understand what's really happening. So just like that, I just brought that up.
Did you also say that, we've been talking about, I think in our previous episode, I think we put up there 589, which is $589 with the representation, I think, of what XRP is going to get at. And multiple influencers have put that out there, right? And we saw it on the Sphere in Las Vegas. We saw it on Times Square in New York City. All of these are, like you said, plain sight. They're putting visuals out there for us to read between the lines, And then I don't know if you remember, noticed recently on Instagram, I believe they had placed China has putting up 11,787 drones in their drone representation of a fireworks program, a fireworks show, and they 11,787 is exactly 200 times the value of the latest Ripple Cobalt software upgrade.
Oh, wow.
So 200 times that. Cobalt's atomic weight is 58.933, I believe. So when you multiply that by 200, you get 11,787, which is the number of drones that the Chinese fireworks show had in display. I don't believe in coincidences. I think there is like you said, hidden in plain sight. Am I insinuating that XRP could get up to 11,787? No, I tried to read between the lines. I definitely wanted to. That would be nice. Yes.
Well, you know what? Since you brought up drones, I'm pretty amazed how these Eastern countries are able to have great show on New Year's Eve, like Bangkok, Tokyo, China, Dubai versus even Singapore too, versus the U.S. sticks with the same old with that firecracker
stuff. Dangerous.
It's not about dangerous. It's just the showmanship and the amount of money the U.S. has versus what these other countries have, and they're able to outperform and outshow their productions on New Year's Eve.
Well, that goes back to also, look, the technology there, the stigma that they put on the Eastern nations are that they're not up to par as that of the United States. In fact, I feel like that they're ahead of us when it comes to tech, because there's less regulatory restrictions or restraints. Or constraints. So there's that's primarily the reason, like you see that even China is like their reserves for these metals are going through the roof, specifically gold and silver. 65% or 60% of the silver is refined and in China. Yeah. So these things are information that really it's not in mainstream, and I think it's purposeful that they don't put that on mainstream because they don't want the masses to know. And we'll see. I'm going to talk about these kind of things, and our listeners, when they listen to us, they can at least be like, these two guys are just talking, and then they're coming up with all these different scenarios where we have to start reading between the lines. Hopefully they do and engage with us. That's my whole point of bringing it out.
Yeah, hopefully we can identify and bring up some things, point out some things that we see, and educate our audience. Hey, take a look at this. Why is this happening?
Yeah, exactly.
What does this signify?
Yeah. I think that's a great pivot for our show, our podcast, because, the more that we talk about certain things, the more awareness our listeners will get. And hopefully they can, expound on that, do their research, maybe take advantage of the market as we're trying to as well, right? So, yeah, do you have anything further to add? I mean, I think we're up on time here, Digital X.
Yeah, we could close it out. Go ahead.
Well, if there isn't anything more, come back. I typically end by asking our listeners to engage with us, provide comments on each of these episodes. And then if you have any questions, please ask us in the comment section and we'll address it there. So with that, if there's anything more, do you have anything else to add there, Digital X?
No, go ahead and close it out. That's
all right. All right. And with that, we will conclude this episode of the Crypto Flywheel. Thank you. We are signing off.
Thank you.